Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where we weekly we try to have discussion with experts in the IT industry so that you all can benefit. So this week I'm going to talk with one of my earliest technical leads who helped me during my first job at Virtusa right after my graduation. Her name is Punnadi and she is a graduate of University of Moratuwa Computer Science and Engineering faculty, and she is currently working in Melbourne, Australia as a Java software engineer, and she has over almost 15 years of experience in the Java software industry, working as a Java software engineer in various companies, and currently residing as a permanent resident in Australia. So, without further ado, we will have a chat with her. Okay. Hi, Punadi. How are you?
I'm good, Shastin. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm doing good. How is Australia right now? How is the climate and all?
It's getting cold because now it's the autumn, and
Okay.
I think one more month for uh, winter. So yeah, it's getting cold, but today is very sunny.
Okay.
It's surprisingly sunny today, but yeah,
Okay.
generally it's cold.
I heard
Yeah.
that it's kind of different from the northern hemisphere, where in the northern hemisphere at the end of the year it becomes very. July, we are expecting around July August very hot weather, the summer. So you are
Yeah,
you
it's the other way.
it's the other way, right? In southern
Yeah.
hemisphere, it will become colder. Okay, okay, Punadi.
Yeah, June, July, August, it's winter here.
Okay, okay, good, 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 good. Here we are expecting summer in July, August. Okay, okay, kind strange world, right? Yeah, kind of. Yes, Punadi. So I'm doing this series for educating the younger generation to give the valuable knowledge that you professionals like you have, so that they can also benefit from that. So, of course, you are a professional Java in software engineer, and you are the first lead I worked under after graduating. You are the first senior developer I was working under, so it was very helpful during that time back in 2011, 2012. So yeah, I thought of doing a webcast with you so that you can share your experience also with our viewers. So Punnadi, yeah,
Yeah.
first of all, I wanted to ask about your degree. Where did you get it, and how did you approach into this software engineering field? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was in Sri Lanka until 2015, and then I migrated to Australia. But before I got my bachelor's degree in computer science and engineering from University of Moratuwa. That was, I think I graduated back in 2009, and then I did my master's in University of Colombo for computer science,
Mm.
and then I think I graduated back in 2011.
Yes.
So that's my background. How do I got into this field is because I did computer science. So
Yes.
that my pathway was already open to
Yes.
IT industry. So
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's how I got into this
So
career. Yeah.
yeah, so you right after graduating, you joined Virtusa. Oh, how did that
Yeah.
come out?
So I did my internship with Virtusa back
Mm-hmm.
in the days, I think
Okay.
back in 2008.
Mm.
And then once I graduated, I think because we were interns back in the days, and because of that, they hired us straight away.
Okay.
So that's how I got my first
Oh,
job in Virtusa.
okay. Which
Yeah.
year? Which year is this? Around
So this was in 2009. So
2009.
2008, I think in 2007 and 8, I did my internship, 6 months
Yes.
internship
Yes.
in Virtusa.
Yes.
And when I graduated in 2009, I straight away joined Virtusa
Okay.
as a
Okay.
engineer. Yeah.
Okay. So how many years of total experience do you have in the IT industry? including
So I started back in 2009, so which means I think around 14 now.
14
Yeah.
years. Wow, that is great. That
Yeah.
is great. So you are a truly a Java professional.
Mhm.
So your experience would be really helpful for the viewers. Yeah. So yeah, what is your current designation and the company you are working for? If you can disclose in
Yeah,
Australia.
so my designation is senior consultant engineer, so which means I'm leading the dev team as well as I'm doing solution design. So I think in different companies in different countries, maybe the title could be different,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah, generally
Yeah.
this is technical lead role plus a solution designer role. Yeah.
Yes. Good. 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 Good, Punadi. Nice to hear that. So yeah. So what were you before joining your? I mean, starting your degree and all. Were you ever thought of to become a software engineer? So what actually motivated you to like? Have you at least heard of the role of a software engineer and all before that?
Yeah, if I'm being honest with you, my dream was to go to University of Moratuwa. So
Okay. Okay.
I did
Okay.
mathematics for A levels.
Okay.
My dream was to go to the university. After that, I actually didn't have any idea what I want to be.
Okay.
My idea was to become an engineer, but I
Okay.
didn't
Okay.
exactly know
Okay.
that I need to specialize in computer science.
Okay. Okay.
So my target was to get the highest marks to
Okay.
enter electronics,
Okay. Okay.
but I think luckily or unluckily, I don't know, but I didn't have enough marks to go there. So
Okay.
the second highest was the computer science. So
Computer
I
science and
joined
engineering.
computer science. So I think if I think about it now, it was random. Like it was not something that I was dying to join.
Yeah.
I because of the marks, I joined computer science.
Okay. So what is your after almost 15 years? Uh, what is your
Yeah.
say? How do you like it?
Yeah, I think like they say that everything happens for a reason
Reason.
and
Yeah.
everything
Exactly.
happens for
Exactly.
good. So
Exactly.
I think even though it was a coincidence,
Yes. Yes.
something that I intentionally didn't do at that time, but I think I'm happy right now because I'm in IT industry
Yes. Correct.
and the exposure and the learnings that I get and the
Yes. True.
opportunity that I got
Yes.
where I'm right now is because I was in I joined IT.
Yes.
So
Correct.
I think it was a good. I don't know if it's a decision, but yeah,
Yeah.
something that
Something good, right? So
yeah, changed my life.
yes. So yeah, when I joined Virtues back in 2011, we were doing Java development. So is that the programming language you have through starting from your internship throughout you have been doing?
Yeah. Until now, I'm doing Java, so I think we have been doing a lot of technologies
Mm-hmm.
throughout these 14 years. Like I think back in the days, um, we did I think Java. What was the technology we used? I forgot the
We
name
have
actually. OSGI. OSGI.
OSGI
Yeah.
Equinox
Yes.
framework.
Yes.
Yeah. Correct.
OSGI, and then yeah, I think so many technologies, and now it's Spring Boot. That's
Spring Boot.
like
Okay.
the most popular
Most
one in
popular framework.
Australia.
Yeah. We
I
are.
think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Punadi. So being a Java software engineer for 14 plus years, so what do you think are the pros of being a Java software engineer as opposed to any other programming language, in your opinion?
Um, I think one thing is I'm still employed,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
that is the
which is the
main that is
biggest
the major thing. Yeah.
advantage.
Yes.
I would say it will be the same, but I can't predict the future. But with what's happening right now
Yes.
in the IT world, like
Yes. True.
AI
True.
and stuff,
True.
like irrespective of what technology you would do, we can't predict the future. So that's
True.
one
True.
thing. But as a Java developer, I was employed from 2009 until now.
Yeah.
So that's like the biggest advantage that I would see. And there are so many things in Java that you can learn, but
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean like if you know any other language, there's no career path. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
because
Yeah. True.
every language is designed to cater for different requirements.
Correct.
So
Correct.
something
Correct.
that you do in Java, like you might have to write like 1,000 code lines, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe in another language it might be just 2 lines. So,
True. 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 True.
but it's purely like it's a very famous Java,
Programming language.
the
Programming language.
language,
Yes.
it's very famous. There's a
Yes.
lot of community support. So I think that's why it's so popular.
Yes.
So advantages, like I said, definitely there's a future with that. Even though some people say Java is going to be obsolete, but
Yes. Yes.
so many systems have written using Java.
Yes.
So
So.
someone has to maintain it. So
Yes. Yes.
in terms of career or employments, I
Hmm.
think we will still have our jobs
Yes.
for longer. But
Correct.
at the same time, like I said, every language is good. As an engineer, I would say like it's up to us to decide whether we want to do Java throughout our career or whether we want to explore other languages. Because
True. True.
when the situation comes, it's as an engineer, you have to adapt. You
Yes.
can't just say you're a Java dev, you can't do anything else.
Yes.
So, yeah, so
Yeah. So we back in I think back in those days 2011 and all we were using Java 1.6 1.7 if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
what's the version you are using right now and yeah.
it's 17 we are
Yeah,
using
you are,
right now.
okay, that's very good. So
Yeah,
that's something. So almost latest one. So yeah.
yeah.
So do you use any latest features which are available in that Java 17?
Uh, I think most features are from Java 8,
8.
I
Yeah.
would say.
Hmm.
All these Lambda
Lambda and all.
functions,
Yeah, mainly Lambda.
etc., etc.
Yeah.
So, yeah, these are the most latest things we are using right now.
Okay. Okay. Punit. Okay. Good. Good to hear that. So what do you, in your opinion, what are the disadvantages you might think is associated with Java?
Yeah, like to be honest, because I haven't worked with any other language for longer period in time,
Hmm.
I really can't compare
Yeah.
because I've been working with Java. But I think, like I said, some of the disadvantages that I could think of is like if you can do some feature or a task using two lines from another language, and if you are writing thousands of code to get it done through Java, so
Yeah.
that's a disadvantage by just sticking to Java. So
Yes. True. True.
other than that, I really can't think of any other disadvantages right now.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in terms of maintaining and increasing your knowledge on Java, so what are the forums or what are the blogs or any other newsletters or anything you use regularly to keep up with the latest trends of Java?
Yeah. Yeah, like I think one of I mean, my main resource is Udemy. That's number
Okay.
one. Like
Okay.
Udemy, or maybe I might choose LinkedIn Learning.
Okay. Okay.
So those are the first ones that I go to.
Okay.
Other than that, um, I think I think I'm pronouncing this right. Beldam blog
Yes.
posts
Yes. Correct.
and Stack Overflow.
Yes.
But other than that, honestly speaking, I don't really use any other Java open communities.
Okay.
So
Okay.
mostly I do my own learning using Udemy or LinkedIn Learning,
Correct. Okay.
or maybe I might read books if I really want to go to a lot of details. I might read books. Yep.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, of course, there are a lot of Ja- Java-based open source frameworks available. As you said, Spring Boot is also one of them. So, apart from Spring Boot, what are the open source projects you have used and you are familiar with?
Yeah, so like you said, Spring is like the number one thing that we use. We're using Spring Boot projects and then Hibernate, Apache libraries we sometimes use,
Hmm.
and Apache Commons and etc. etc.
Yeah.
What else? Like JSON libraries, sorry, JSON. Like yeah, there are so many open source libraries that we use.
That's
Yeah.
right. So, in terms of Spring Boot, so do you use it for microservices development or?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Like right now, all the projects that I have been doing for last 4 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing Spring Boot microservices. So purely Spring Boot microservices that I've been doing.
Okay. Okay.
So the main technologies are Java Spring Boot, and we deploy microservices or Docker containers in AWS, ECS. So that those are the main technologies that we use.
Yes, great, great, Punnadi. Yeah, so now it's the biggest question everybody wants to know, since you are in Australia also. So if you can disclose, you can give a range. So what would be a salary which a software engineer like yourself with over almost 15 years of experience would get in back in Australia? You can, if you can tell in a range in USD, it would be really helpful.
Yeah,
Uh,
so the first thing is, I mean, irrespective of which role that you play, one thing is you need, like, if you are migrating to Australia, the first thing is it's a bit difficult to get into the industry at first,
okay,
but
okay, okay.
uh, like even though you have so many experience in other countries,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like recruiters or companies will look at experience in Australia.
Okay, okay, okay. That's something I never knew. Okay, okay,
Yeah, so if you do not have experience in Australia, I think, I'm not 100% sure, but
okay,
I think if you don't have experience, it's a bit difficult to find your first job plus maybe your pay.
okay.
But I can't be 100% certain, but this is this is a,
Something.
yeah, yeah, something to remember. But once you are in the industry and once you perform,
Mm-hmm.
based on that, like, you can um, sort of demand.
Mm.
But at the same time, in these countries, unlike our countries, you might not expect big increments annually
Okay,
because that's not how things operate here. Like,
okay,
um, they don't do that.
okay.
So, like, if you are performing really well,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what some people do is they change the career, like, go from, not career like the company. They might
Yes, yes.
go from one company to
With
another.
a
Um,
higher salary range.
yeah, yeah. So given that, so now I've been in Australia for 7 years,
Okay.
and as uh, a lead or solution designer, so I think the range, it's a range again. Like I said, that's why I mentioned there are certain factors that decides all this salary or
Correct.
your
Correct.
age.
Correct.
So I think roughly it could be between uh, maybe 120, 180, so
Yeah.
that range.
That range.
But it depends on the company as well. So
Okay.
because here IT companies, like it could be purely IT companies or
Yes.
it could be IT section of a
Yeah,
different.
yeah, yeah. I was about to ask you that question. So
Yeah,
mostly since it's Australia, I have heard that like it could be an IT department in a electrical or utility company, something like that.
right.
So sometimes it will be like
Yeah,
that, right? Yeah.
again, based on that also,
Yeah.
the salary range could be different.
Different. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but I think for a
Yeah.
lead, I would say around that range that I
Okay.
explained
So
before.
is there what are the, I mean, most number of companies are those consulting companies, or like the one you said, maybe a IT department in a company? How is the job market there?
So it's different. Like, there are pure IT companies like
Mm.
Atlassian,
Yeah.
um, like one of Atlassian is one of the most
More
popular
famous, yeah.
companies.
Jira, the company who does
Yeah,
Jira.
but
Yeah.
I work in banking sector, so I'm
Okay.
not working to an IT company.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
work in banking sectors,
Okay.
and then there are two ways. Like, you are a permanent employee or you
Yes.
could be a contractor.
Okay. Okay.
And I think some people opted to be a contractor because the pay is higher
Higher,
because
higher,
it's
yeah.
not
Higher, but
it's
there's
not
a
a
small risk of being laid off also.
yeah, yeah, it's a risk. So like everything in life, if you
There's
take the risk,
risk, yeah,
your
yeah.
benefits
Higher,
are
higher. Yeah,
higher,
that's
but
true.
there's a risk.
So,
Like, your contract could be 1 year, could be 6 months, 3 months, but your daily pay rate is higher
okay, okay,
compared to compared to a permanent employee. But
okay.
it all depends on what you want in life. Like,
Mm.
as a contract, you might not have leaves, but then
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
there are contracting categories as well. Like, like a you're a sole trader, or I would say you are purely doing contracting,
Yes.
or you are a permanent employee of a contracting consultancy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so then you can be a permanent employee of the original company, IT company.
Hmm.
So there are different ways of doing deciding what type of job you want to do. But if you are a pure contractor, you won't get paid if you are getting your leaves. It's like that's the
Okay.
disadvantage.
Okay.
But given that, you get higher pay,
Yeah.
daily pay.
So
So yeah, it's
is it easier to find
balancing.
is it easier to find when someone comes in, let's say from Sri Lanka, is it easier to find a contract job quickly, or is it the same? Yeah.
Anything depends on, like I said, it
It
doesn't
doesn't.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
So
Okay.
whether it's a permanent or a contracting, but the first
Yes.
job
Yes.
is a bit tricky.
Okay, okay,
But
okay.
once they start,
That's a good
yeah,
point you are making, because so many people since the situation of the country in Sri Lanka, back in Sri Lanka, most of the people are, I know, they are trying to migrate to Australia. So you are making
mm,
a good point where they have to be careful in that case, because they might not be able to find a job as soon as they wish to, right? Yeah. So they need to be
yeah,
a bit little bit they have to plan. They don't have to worry about it, but just have to plan for that, right? Yeah, that's correct.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Okay, Punnadi.
Um,
Yeah. Is there anything else you? Yeah. Is there anything else you want to? Yeah.
no, I think that's it. Like you said, um, when we migrate, there is a risk.
Yes.
So
Yes.
have to accept
Accept
the
the risk and
results. It could
plan for
be,
it. Yeah.
you know, yeah, in 1 month time you might get a job, or you
Hmm.
might have to wait for a year.
Okay.
I know personally there are people who have had to wait for 1 year, but
Okay.
then again, sometimes it's just the mindset, like, you have to be patient.
Yeah. Correct. Correct.
Um,
Correct.
yeah.
Okay, Punnadi. So, based on all your experience and your knowledge, which is very valuable, you are a Moratuwa University graduate, which is like out of this world, like a high level, worldwide, worldly accepted university. So, what is your message to anyone who's looking forward to come into the IT industry? There are so many private universities right now. So many graduates are
Yeah.
coming into the IT industry. Most of them are
Yeah.
targeting to become a software engineer, just like yourself. So, what is your message for them, which will be helpful for
Yeah.
them?
I think when you come out of Sri Lanka to any other country where you got your degree, it doesn't really matter.
Okay, okay,
Even
okay.
here, I mean, even if you are from University of Moratuwa, I mean, if your manager is, from Australia, they might not have heard of that university. So
Okay.
what I'm trying to say
Okay.
is, wherever you got your university or degree, doesn't matter if you perform really well. Like,
Okay. Okay.
it all depends on how you perform, especially your communication skills, how you talk to other people.
Hmm.
Like, not just technical knowledge.
Hmm.
There are so many factors that will contribute to a successful career,
Okay.
especially networking. Like, yeah, there are so many other factors other than your technical knowledge
Okay.
when you work in a team where there are multinational people, like multicultural people.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, one thing to look forward to is, if you're planning to migrate, or even if you get to an IT industry, wherever you have to work, make sure you are nice to talk to, easy to
Yes.
talk to, easy to get
Yes.
along.
Yes.
Not just the IT knowledge. Even if you are the best person with a lot of IT knowledge,
Hmm.
and if you can't get along with other people,
True. True. True.
it
That's
will be
correct. That's
difficult.
correct. That's correct. True.
So yeah, so don't just think about the university or the degree that you are going to get.
Hmm. Hmm.
Think about all these extra things that you need to improve. Communication skills is a big factor.
Hmm.
Like, if you are communicating well, even if your technology or your academic qualifications might be a bit
Low.
lower,
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So, and if you are working hard and if you are giving them results, that's what matters. So
Matters. Correct.
definitely a good background, meaning good education, is important. Know your basics.
Hmm.
and improve your communication skills. And I think rest is adaptability. So I think then you'll be fine.
Yes, yes, yeah, okay. These are very valuable knowledge you are sharing with us, Punnadi, even for me, as you are a senior to me, so it is very valuable for me. Okay, Punnadi, thanks for your time. I think we have covered most of the questions I had to ask. So if there's anything else you want to share from your end, is there anything else?
No, I think I explained a lot of things, but
Yes, yes,
like you
yes,
said,
indeed.
I mean,
Indeed, indeed. Yeah.
uh,
We talked about a lot of
yeah.
topics, and I think definitely this will be very valuable for our viewers. And I would like to thank once again for your time, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors in your IT industry, as well as I know you are a personal fitness trainer as well. So in that aspect as well, I wish you all the best and have a nice future ahead of you, Punnadi. Have a nice day also. Thank you once
Thanks,
again.
Shazin.
Thanks, thanks,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thanks.
Hi everyone. So I'm pretty sure you would have learned a lot from Punnadi, who shared her valuable thoughts on software engineering in general, and as a Java software engineer, her experiences as well as her experiences working in Australia and finding a job in Australia, etc. So I'm pretty sure you would have learned and benefited from that immense treasure trove of her experience. So uh, please subscribe to my channel in YouTube, Facebook, etc. for similar videos of software engineering experts around the world. And never give up. Always keep on trying. Always keep on learning. And you will also one day become a very good software engineer.